Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's your girl Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of Successfully Divorced. Now, my ninjas, if you'd like to also come and be part of the show, the banner will be on your screen right now. And remember, when I say successfully divorced, I'm not talking about you needing to have 10 billion in your account. The success we're talking about here is not financial success. We're talking about you being successfully walking away from a toxic marriage or successfully accepting, because sometimes the divorce is given to you. It also takes strength and success for you to actually accept it as it is. Now, of course, this show is mainly just to help and also show women out there that there is life after divorce. Now, both men and women, however, we all know which gender is more problematic in marriages. But anyway, ninjas, today we have got the gorgeous, the beautiful, the strict Lungisa. How are you?
What a new Owamie.
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for actually coming out here, You look so beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love your set.
Thanks.
I wish I had the body, guys. I was going to rock it. But I just feel like if I'm to wear this, it will make me even look bigger,
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
A little bit. I've never done this. I've never
Okay.
been on a screen.
Is it?
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but just calm down. It's just two people having a conversation.
Yeah.
Don't even care about the cameras that are here. If anything, let me magically make them disappear.
Yeah.
Poof, gone. Now it's just Lungisa and
Yeah.
Owamie just having a conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, please just give me a bit of your background. Like who are you? How were you raised? Do you have any siblings? Yeah.
So it's Lungisa, Mabaso. I grew up in KZN, in Hluhluwe most of the time. That's where I grew up with my parents, my mom, and my sister, and some of our relatives. So mom passed away in 2013.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I had my grandmother, same year. So my grandma, February, my mother in March. I was doing my second year of nursing. So I'm a nurse, actually. I'm an ICU nurse.
Okay.
But I'm no longer working in ICU.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so
So
sorry.
it's fine. I mean, we face challenges.
Yeah.
We heal, then we get moving. So that was in 2013. I finished my BTech in nursing. And then I did my ComServe, then started working. But I didn't start working immediately because there was ComServe 2016, then 2017 I wasn't working the whole year.
Okay.
Um,
Why was it? Did you resign?
a community service is like a contract, 1 year. It's like a practice that you practice
yes.
what you studied. And, yeah. So after the contract ended, then I had to look for a job, like a permanent job. And it wasn't easy
Yeah.
in KZN because they were like, I'm fresh from school and maybe I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So it was very hard until I decided to move to Joburg. That was
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
I do have siblings. I grew up with my sister, but then I also have other siblings outside.
From your dad's side?
From my dad's side,
Okay,
yes.
okay. That's fine.
It's a sister and a brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came to Joburg and I started working through agency.
Okay.
And then September 2018, I got a permanent post in ICU.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I fell in love with ICU. Then the following year, 2019, I went to University of Pretoria and I did my diploma in ICU. And then doors started opening. I
Wow.
worked everywhere I wanted. Even now, I'm working as an outreach sister.
Wow.
And I love it. I'm working with the doctors, Code Blue team. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am a mom. I'm a
Okay.
twin mom.
Oh.
They're 20 months old.
Okay.
Very beautiful little people. They make me
Wow.
happy.
I can just see your face. The moment you spoke
Oh
about them,
man.
your voice went up, your smile
Yeah,
like
I
came.
love them so much. Those people love me, hey? It's like I'm
Yeah.
experiencing love for the first time through them. They
Wow.
love me so much. And
Wow.
I've realized that they're giving me what I'm giving them. Because if I was a bitter mom, they were
Yeah.
going to give me that bitterness.
Yes.
So they love me because I'm giving them love.
Love,
Oh,
of
man, those
course.
two
It's and I
people.
think it's also nice to give and receive love.
Yes, it is. It's so
Now
nice.
you're making me wanna have a baby. Wanna have twins.
You're gonna have triplets
Ooh, I receive those. If I'm to have kids, I'd rather have like all of them at the same time
at
and
the
be
same
done.
time,
Because
ne?
I just don't see myself like falling pregnant and again and again. I
Yeah,
can't
I
have one
know.
kid, so
Especially if you didn't have a nice pregnancy. Some
yes.
people do enjoy their pregnancies. I didn't enjoy mine.
Or is it?
So I'm happy where I am now, even though it's hard financially and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love them, man.
Ne.
Such a blessing.
Aw.
Yeah. So that is me. I don't know if you want to know if I was. Yeah, I was married
Okay.
1.5 years. I'm proud to say that.
Wait, you were married for 1.5
That's
years,
correct.
1 year, 6 months, and you were like, I'm
It
done.
wasn't actually 6 months because we got separated in June and we got married in February 2022. 2023 June we got separated. So that's like few months.
Wait, you got married when Feb?
Feb.
So, March, April, May, June. So actually, it was 1 year,
4
months.
months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a queen. Who? I love a queen who knows her worth. It's like, oh, Tina Yanda, I'm
Yeah.
out.
Exactly my point.
You
But you
know?
know what? That feels so long for me because I wanted to leave early. But then I had to leave while I'm still there, like completely, so that I don't go back.
Yeah.
Because we did get back together, but it didn't last a week, even a week. So,
I mean, I'm so sorry to laugh. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to laugh. But okay, we're going to get to that. I just want us to backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
How did you meet your ex-husband?
we met at work.
Okay. So he's also a nurse?
No, he wasn't a nurse.
Okay.
He was working as a PA in ICU where I was working.
Okay.
So there was a lady that I knew, and then she was like, there's a handsome guy here. Since because he was my first.
How old were you?
I was 28, 27. I was 27.
You lost your virginity at the age of 28.
Yes, when I got married.
So wait, you
Before.
never okay. So
Yeah.
like he was your first,
He was
obviously.
my first, yeah. It
Wow.
was my first time dating, like in a serious relationship, like
Wow.
sex.
Wow.
At the age of 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. I don't want people to look at me like somehow, but that's very impressive. So you really were very intentional about waiting.
Yes.
Which is very good,
It is good.
and I think what maybe one day you should come back and we just talk about the importance of keeping yourself,
Yeah.
because I know there's a lot of us who got taken advantage of because we
That's
started
very true.
younger.
Yeah.
And I think you obviously made that decision by yourself because now you're an adult, like you made that decision. So I'm really proud of you. High five to you, honey.
Thanks.
Mhm. Okay, so you met at work.
Yes, we met at work through this lady. We dated for like 9 months.
Okay.
A few months before before he paid lobola.
Okay.
Because we met in May, and then December he paid lobola.
Wow.
The following year, February, we got married.
Wow.
It was quick.
It was very quick. So you
Yeah.
guys had a white wedding.
We had a beautiful big white wedding.
Wow.
You'd be surprised when you can see the pictures.
I need to see the pictures.
Man.
Wow.
It was it was big. I was beautiful.
Well, you are
I
beautiful.
looked like
So,
an angel.
wow.
So we got married.
Mm-hmm.
We moved in together. But then, oh my goodness, we went to the honeymoon after our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we came back, I think after 2 months, I fall pregnant.
Okay.
And then that's when problems started.
They started
I,
when you
w-
were
I w-
pregnant.
I wouldn't say that's when they started because I saw red flags before we got married.
Okay,
But I was,
I'm always very interested. What were some of the red flags you're comfortable to share? What were the red flags that you saw?
okay, so initially he was very loving. He would take me out, he would do things for me. Like I felt like a queen. He treated me like a queen. And then I forgot to tell you, I'm a published author. Yeah, I have a book. I
Okay.
have a second one that needs to be published.
Okay.
So
What is the name of your book?
It's just a girl from a small village.
Just a Girl from a Small Village. Well, you should definitely send us a copy.
I have a copy in my car.
I'm gonna
I'll
have
leave
it.
you one.
Yeah, okay. So at the end of the video, I'm gonna hold the copy so that you guys can see, and I'll also give you guys the details of where you can get it if you obviously want to buy.
So when I was launching my book, because we met in May, I published my book in October. In November, we did a launch. He was there. He was the photographer.
Wow. Oh, so your ex-husband was a photographer. Okay, that's good.
Yes. So because we had booked a house with my siblings from home and the people that I knew from home, because they drove from Durban to Joburg for my book launch. So we booked a house.
Okay.
So, oh God, he was so controlling. He would phone me shouting, "What am I doing at night? Why am I not at the house?" Like, he was mad at me.
And this is before you guys got married.
That was before we got
He
this
paid
is
Lobola
in November.
In November.
In
As he's paying
December,
Lobola
this-
December.
yes.
Okay.
So he was mad about everything. That's I'm doing things with the boys, the people that are from home. You're doing things with the boys. He even deleted their numbers from my phone.
Your cousins.
Yes. He didn't want me to communicate with them.
The nerve.
He would even say that I'm dating them. So after the launch, I went back home where I was staying. I was still renting. Then at work, I tried to talk about it. I mean, I wasn't happy the way you spoke to me. I mean, that's my family. And then we spoke until he said there's a lot of women that want him. So maybe someone would ask me, why did I continue with this when, I mean, that's a big red flag. So what?
It is a red flag, but I think most
But
of us we can't live only
That's
just because
the
of
thing.
that.
Yeah. So that's made me think that maybe there's something wrong with me because there's a lot of women that want him, but he chose me. So that made me stay. He isolated me from my family. He didn't want me to speak to my sister. He didn't want me to speak to my friend. I had to cut some of the people off.
Your sister, your mother's child.
My mother's child, my mother's last born. Like he did actually isolated me. I had very good people in my life. I had to cut them off because he was like, we are building a family. I am your friend. You are my friend. So why do you want to communicate with other people? He even made me to choose. It's either you choose your family or me. I remember it was like around 11 at night. We were
And
having
when
a
was this?
fight.
Was this before he had
That was
paid Lobola?
yes.
So you chose him. You basically said, okay, I choose you.
Yes, because I mean, you're gonna be my husband. You're gonna be my family. You're gonna be the father of my children. So why must I choose the people that I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life with? You know, even the way he was saying things, he made me like realize that okay, this is my life person. I mean, this is my life partner. Then I don't need other people.
It's me and him
It's
against
me.
the whole world.
Yes. So it's never ended. We always fought. Even like after 2 weeks, things would be fine. But then after 2 weeks or 1 week, we're fighting
There's something
again.
new.
And it's not like I was only allowed to speak to his family. During the fights, I was talking to them, and they would say, "No, you need to pray, you need to fast, you need to go to church. Um, in marriage, it's like this, so this is expected. You need to be patient. You know, this is a man. You need to submit." But what am I submitting to? So I knew when I got married that it's not gonna last. I even remember after the honeymoon when he told me that he regrets marrying me. I was pregnant. Coming back from work, he was home. He was home the whole day, and then he forgot to pick me up from work. So when I called him, I could hear that he was still sleeping. So I was like, you know what? It's cold. I need to get home. I'm pregnant. So I requested an Uber. He was mad at me for requesting for an Uber.
So you were supposed to stand in the cold whilst he wakes
Yes.
up and drive to you.
15
and
minutes. So he was mad at me for that. And then when I asked him, why are you mad? Because, I mean, you're not even sorry that you forgot about me. And it's my car.
I will beat you. Zokushaya. But
Please.
anyway, I mean, we grow, we learn,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Wow.
So he was mad over that. And then he spoke to his stepmother, whom he didn't like because I don't know why. She didn't even come to our wedding because he doesn't like him. So after speaking to her, there was a fight. We were eating. The fight always starts when you're eating. We were having pizza because I couldn't cook. I'm from work. It's after 7. He was home the whole day. There's no food. So I ordered pizza so that we can eat.
Of course.
Yeah. So when we were eating, we started a fight. Why did I have to request? Why did I have to request and stuff like that? And then he also said I have mood swings. But I said, I'm pregnant. I mean,
How many months were you pregnant at that time?
if not 2 months, maybe 2.5. But it
Yeah.
was still
Your
early.
hormones are still raging at that time.
Yes. And I was very sick. The twins were making me sick. I was very sick for a very long time. So he said I have mood swings. His mother was also pregnant, but she wasn't acting like I am. Like he was comparing me with his parents, with his mother.
Is your mother a nurse? Let me not say anything. Is your mother coming at work? Is she bringing, let me not say anything.
Yeah. So we fought until he said he regrets marrying me. And that's when I divorced him.
In your heart?
Yes.
And you were like about 2.5 months pregnant at that time.
And few months in marriage.
In marriage. But how did that make you feel when someone is saying like, I regret?
It hurt me a lot. Wow. I even removed my wedding ring.
Wow.
It hurt me a lot. So I was like, so what are you doing with me if you regret this? So I removed my wedding ring. I slept in the sitting room because now he was fine. He slept in a bedroom. I woke up the following day. I went to work.
Without your ring?
I put it back on. I had to put it back on.
For people.
Because he apologized. Because
Okay,
he kept
so
on saying, I'm going to go tomorrow morning. I'm taking my stuff and I'm leaving you here. It was a hurtful night.
And stressful, I can just imagine.
God, and I
But
had to
did
go back to
he
work.
apologize for saying he regrets marrying
No,
you?
never.
Wow.
Every time he falls, I had to remind him.
That this is what you said.
Yeah, and you never apologized. So for me, when you continue doing the wrong things, the hateful things, it means you meant what you said.
Yeah.
So he didn't like that I keep on reminding him.
But he never still apologized for that way, and he
No.
would say, well, but I
No.
did end up
He would do that when
apologizing.
I'm forcing him. I mean, it's not an apology because now
Yeah.
I'm mentioning it. You don't see that you made a mistake.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's when I divorced him, and I told my sister, you know what, I'm going to divorce. I'm not going to last.
But then at this point, obviously, before he paid lobola, he was now having you to force you to choose between your family
Yes.
and him. And obviously, you chose him, you got married. And then now, for you to communicate with your sister, would you have to steal that communication?
I communicated with my
Behind
sister.
his back?
Yes, and I delete the messages. I even told her to delete the messages so that nobody sees, because I wasn't allowed to communicate with anyone. The only person I was allowed to communicate to, not allowed, that I refused to cut off, is my friend Jessica. She's my best friend.
Wow.
So, and to a point where I decided to separate from him, to divorce him, it was because of Jessica.
Wow.
So she was the only person, and even so, I had to delete the messages, our conversation with Jessica.
Yeah. But at least you did, stand your ground. Because one thing that I have actually realized is that a lot of these men, they always want to isolate you from
Yes,
everyone so
yes,
that they can abuse you nicely
yeah.
without
Without
anyone,
yeah,
without outside influence. Because if you have got a strong support system,
yes.
it's very difficult to
For
abuse
them
someone
to
that has a
abuse, yeah,
strong support system,
that's true.
which is why it's not every friend that your partner says is a bad friend and they really are.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
that's
Sometimes
true.
they see that this person is good for you and I don't
Yes,
want that.
yes.
Which obviously is horrible, but these people honestly do that. But was he ever physically abusive?
No, he wasn't. But there was one time that I could see that he wanted to hit me. He was blaming me. He was saying that I'm dating another boy from home, whom I was helping because he didn't have parents. That was even before I met him. So he was in varsity, and I kept on sending him money when he needed money. He was like a brother, younger brother to me. He was even younger than me. So it's like I'm dating this guy. Yo, I was so mad at him. I was so angry that I talked to him anyhow. So he was mad at me. He came like he even changed the face. The face changed. The eyes changed. I saw a monster. He came to me like he wanted to hit me. I went to the bathroom and I closed the door quickly. He was mad because I had to phone this guy, this boy, and I asked him, "Can you please explain to this man that I'm going to get married to that I'm not dating you?" He didn't want to speak to him, and this boy made a mistake, and then he said, "What kind of a man are you? Because now you're getting married to my sister, but you're already treating her like this." He got mad.
Because they also hate the truth. They
Yes.
hate anyone that can actually stand up
Yeah.
to them. That is actually just so horrible. So obviously, Twena, just a few months into marriage,
Yes.
he says that he regrets marrying you. You emotionally leave,
Oh,
but at
man.
that point, you're like 2.5 months, almost 3 months pregnant,
Yes.
with twins.
Yes.
So how do you now navigate? Obviously you're now staying, but you know that I'm gonna be leaving here soon. How were you able to manage? Were you now at a stage where you're starting to plan your exit?
Not precisely, because when I spoke to his parents, they would say, "You need to pray. I mean, you're going to have children now."
Sorry.
He was even mad at me for telling his parents that I'm pregnant. Like, we need
Why?
to keep everything to ourselves. Why must I tell everybody?
Oh, his parents is everybody. So he didn't want his parents to know that
No,
you're
he
pregnant.
didn't want anyone near me. And his mom actually loved me. So he hated that. So I wasn't planning my exit plan, but because when I was speaking to them, they would be like, "No, you need to pray. You need to go to church. You're gonna have babies now, and you cannot raise children without their father." Even when I made an example that I grew up without my father, but I'm fine. So I stayed because of that, but it wasn't nice because now I'm working. He's not working.
Wait, what had happened to his job? Because you guys met at work.
Yes, he resigned.
Why did he resign?
Because he wanted to start a business. He wanted to go back to school. But
That is a
now,
trap.
yes, but now he's telling people that I made him to resign so that he pays lobola for me.
So wait, when you married him, he was not working, he had resigned.
He was working already. He resigned in October.
That's what I'm saying, but he
Yes,
paid Lobola
in
December.
December.
So when you married him, you actually married a jobless man.
Yes. I thought he was going to do the business because, he has ideas. Like, he's a business orientated person.
Is he South African?
Yes.
Why does he act like
From your province.
a scam?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry to laugh. Why does he act like a scammer from that other country that I don't want to mention?
Just don't.
Wait, he's from Limpopo. Let me guess. Is he Tonga?
Yes. And I was happy now to marry a person different from my.
You catch
Like,
up, but babe, like he's jobless at that point when you were marrying him.
The way he was saying things, because he was promising me like big things. I don't know how did he know that I wanted to build a hospital. I don't know how did he know about my vision. But
So he
would
went as
say,
big as saying, "I'll build a
yes.
hospital but okay, like
How? I don't know. Maybe blinded by love. I don't know. Because
I'm sorry. I feel so bad for laughing. I can't stop.
it's fine. I mean, it's actually funny now that it's past. I mean, who
He
does
resigned
that?
before he married you, and you went in on to marry him.
You know, he was so determined about his business, about going back to school, and he actually went back to school, college, to study
Okay.
for something.
For something, but it's like his vision of business that he wanted to do. Was it something that you could also see being getting successful?
Successful.
Because remember, the reason why I'm even asking these questions is because I know there's someone out there right now that is about to marry a man that just resigned. Please don't do that.
Oh my goodness.
Like, please don't do that. Do you
Please
understand?
don't.
Like, please don't do that. Because at the end of the day, every single marriage, whether if we like it or not, a man has to be a provider
It's
in
true.
order for the home to have peace. Because as a woman, if you're the provider, no matter how submissive you are, that man will always say you're not submissive.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's
There will always be
100%
jealousy
true.
issues. There will
Yes.
always be trust issues. He will always blame you, and to a point where he might end up even resenting you of the fact that you're the breadwinner in this
Yes,
house.
that's
So
exactly
I'll never
how-
ever
yes.
advise you to marry a jobless man. I can never.
No, don't. Because we've got this thing of building a man.
Yes.
I mean, he even said one day that I'm not supportive of him. Yet I had to pay for his tuition fee, and he did not pass. Yes, but then he says I'm not.
But what I know is songas are like vendors who are smart people. So what's wrong with this one?
I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happened because with his initial qualification, he passed very well. So I don't know what happened with the second one. So he would say that I'm not supportive. I think I'm a man because I'm working. You know, I worked up until I was 6 months pregnant
With twins.
with twins.
With a difficult pregnancy.
Yes. He wasn't working. And when I was starting this topic, I mean, you need to get something. We're going to have babies. And when I took leave, maternity leave, my work doesn't pay me 100% salary. It's 33% of my salary.
Which is like not much.
It's nothing. There's provident fund, but then they suggested that I wait or I don't pay. They don't deduct for provident fund until at least I'm back at work. There's medical aid. I need medical aid. I'm going to the hospital, and there's gonna be
Yeah.
babies. So I ended up having like 6,000 rands take home, and I have to pay for apartment. There's food. I need to prepare for babies, and there's a car and other things. So it wasn't much. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't enough.
Did he step up as a man to say, let me go and look for a job, or let me go and do something that's going to bring in money here? Because my pregnant wife, who's pregnant with my twins, is unable to work now. So then how did you guys survive?
Not until I gave birth.
Which was 3 months later.
Yes. No, it was like because I went on leave in September. October I gave birth.
Oh, okay.
And then like around November, that's when he started to do the shooting thingy. He would go to the park and take pictures of people, bring 50 rands at home.
We will we will definitely never look down on anyone's job, because we know that even the job of going to take pictures, that's a job.
Yeah.
But did this man resigned from work? That's the part. You resigned from your job to go take pictures and come back with 50 rands.
Man.
Did he
And so-
never think of maybe reapplying with his qualifications?
Well, the thing is, there's a lot behind that I didn't know. I mean, there's no Umalusi. I don't know how did he get to college for the qualification when he doesn't have, grade 12. So even when he applies, I had to help him to go back to his job but they couldn't take him because he didn't have matric.
Then you know yourself that you entered there ngobukhonyuvu,
I wanted
which
to
God made a
hide.
plan for you. You know, we understand, we J game, but you're gonna go ahead and resign from the same place. Yo.
It was really hard. I had to use my savings. Luckily, I had saved. So I had to use my savings for the milk. It's twins. You're buying a lot of milk. The diapers.
And a lot of everything.
A lot of everything. I'm not sleeping during the day, during the nights. Because during the day, he's not at home. During the night, when he comes back, he sleeps in the sitting room, and I'm sleeping in the. He sleeps, and I'm sleeping in the bedroom with the babies.
You had a 1-bedroom apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
That time before we moved out. So I'm taking care of the babies during the day and during the night. I'm not cooking. I'm stressed. I don't know what to do. I'm not working. I can't even go out. Those people, you put them down, they wake up. So it was really hard. And when I told him that, you know what, I'm not okay. Can you please stay with the baby so that I can go out, get some fresh air? He didn't want that. I wanted a nanny. He was like, no, I'm going to take care of my babies. Why do you want the nanny for?
So you didn't have anyone that was helping you at that
No,
time?
no.
Any of your family members, because they've been shunned.
Yes.
But then any of his family members?
They didn't
So
have
you
money
took,
to...
but you were first-time mom.
Exactly my point.
I'm
They
so
didn't have...
sorry.
Apparently, they didn't have money from Limpopo to Pretoria. So, my family, my sister, remember, she said, I must go there before I give birth so that they can help me. Because it's twins and it's a C-section.
You
Guy
refused.
refused.
This man, oh.
Yeah, so it was really hard during pregnancy, after pregnancy. I eventually found a nanny. She helped me a lot. She did. And then I went back to work.
After how many months did you go back to work?
After 4 months.
After 4 months, okay.
Yes, so that was like in February. Yeah. And, I wasn't okay. Depression. And when I told him that I'm not okay, because my work does provide with the psychologist. So I phoned the psychologist the other day because I could feel it, you know what, I'm going to die. He found a card and then was like, why are you talking with strangers?
About our
Why
business.
are you not talking to me? I'm your husband. I was like, but I'm not okay. I feel like I'm depressed. There's something called
Post-traumatic depression, yes.
And then he was like, why are you diagnosing yourself?
Yo!
Are you a doctor now? I was like, yo, you know what? I had enough. So yeah, no, it wasn't an easy marriage. It wasn't, I would even feel like, I don't know where it was too much. And I would listen to people, but for the first 3 years, there's honeymoon phase and what.
You never
I don't know
experienced
what phase is that. Because from the
Wow.
get-go, it was like, no, I never enjoyed it, honestly.
Was he ever financially abusive?
He was initially, because my card was always with him, and he would buy stuff that are not needed at the house. And when he had money, he would buy the stuff that he wants. I remember oh my goodness, I remember the other time I was working night shift for the very first time. He had money, I don't know from where. He would buy things, and I was like, I wonder where is he getting the money from, because I know that he's not working. And then the other day, because he had access to my phone, I had access to his phone. So I checked his banking app, whatever the app, yeah. And then I found that he had a lot of money, and he gave the money, I don't know to who, and he bought some stuff for the camera because he was... And yet there was no electricity. I had to pay for water at the end of the month. I'm working night shift, I'm pregnant, and I'm tired. He wasn't doing anything with his money. My heart was I was so broken.
Did you confront him?
I did. I was like, where's the money coming from? I mean, why are you buying all this stuff? Because we don't have electricity. There's like 5 units left and you're not buying electricity. There's no food. You're waiting for me to get paid. And then I was like, what money? what are you talking about? I was like, here's your phone. Here it is. You know what? I'm sorry. They're boring stories. I just drove to work and I wasn't okay. I was still doing orientation with another old lady. She could see that I'm not okay that night. She was like, no, it's fine, Lungisa. I'll do the rest of the work. Just
Go. Or
no, I
rest.
could, yeah, just
Yeah.
just relax. She could see that I wasn't okay because I
Wow.
cried. I even sent the message to his mother, but nothing was done. So he
Of
was
course.
financially abusive.
Wow.
Even when the children were born, I had to force him. Can you please buy diapers? I mean, with 6,000 rands, I'm paying everything, the car, the apartment, and everything. How do you expect me to buy food for the babies, milk for the babies? Just do something. Then he will give me the money. But after some time, I have to beg him again. I mean, don't you see that we need? So, yeah,
Were the twins also his first kids?
no.
Okay, he does have.
Well, we don't know. He said it's not his
He-
child, but it is child.
They always say it's not my child.
Yeah, even after the DNA test. So.
Even after the DNA test said it's your child. He's refusing the DNA results.
And that girl looks like him. I even told him, she looks like you. Very beautiful young baby.
But she was there before you were married.
The child, yes, that was
okay.
before. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's absolutely crazy for me. I don't even want to lie. That really, honestly, is crazy. And I mean, obviously, we're going to just try and squeeze in whatever we can right now. I'm sure that there's a lot more that actually went down.
Yes.
But right now, you are the one that actually divorced him.
We actually agreed because we got separated and then we got back together for like 4 days. We got separated again. But then because he kept on following me, pursuing me, I was like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. He kept on saying, no, I'm gonna fight for our marriage. I want to be a good husband. He would send me long messages, but I was like, not anymore. And then we agreed that we're going to divorce. He actually wanted to file for divorce, but then he didn't want to do it because now it would look like he's a bad person.
Okay, that is like now divorcing.
Yes.
So he basically just wanted you to do the dirty work.
He didn't want him to look like he wants my money because obviously when we divorce.
Oh, he's gonna have to get half of your pension fund. But did he?
No, he didn't.
He opted.
From who?
What?
Me?
Ma'am, let me tell you something. The moment you get married, if you're married in community of property, no matter what, they are coming for that.
Yes.
So he opted that he's not gonna wanna take the pension fund.
Initially, he said that what, you can take everything. So that because he wanted to be free. Please free me because I can see that you don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I was like, okay, no problem. Fight for divorce, like quick. But then when I let him sign for the deed settlement, he was like, I'm not going to sign this. I didn't say that I don't want your provident fund. I didn't say that I don't want your money. I want half of the stuff, like the TV and stuff. Like, okay, whatever, man. I proceeded with the divorce. And it was very quick. I remember our date was I think I filed for it all in July, if not August. And then in October, they gave us a date. The first one, they didn't proceed with it because, I don't know, there was a strike or something.
Okay.
But then on the 27th of October, he phoned me. Luckily, I had unblocked him. So he said, where are you? I'm like, why are you asking me where am I? I mean, I'm not your wife anymore. Wow, soon. And I was like, it's a divorce date. I didn't know. I didn't receive an email or anything like that. Yeah. So when we went to court, it was like a 10-minute thinging. Like, are you working? Do you have kids together? How old are the children? Do you have a property together? Do you have a car? Well, luckily I had traded in my older car and I had the new one, so it wasn't my car yet.
It was under the bank.
Yes.
Yes.
So I was like, no, we don't have a car. I don't have a car. It's the bank's car. And we don't have a property together. And then they read the orders. So you're going to keep yours. He's going to keep his. He's going to see the children. But during reasonable times, not during the night. And you need to be at home when he comes to see the children. That was it.
Divorce done.
Divorce done.
And
And I
you
was
kept your
so
pension fund,
happy.
which is great because, I mean,
Yes.
you decided to resign. It still makes no sense. What man resigns without a plan and his plan to get married? It means you were his job.
I don't know. I think also I mean, I should have not agreed to that.
Well, you didn't know better. I think that's the reason why obviously we do stories like this,
Yeah.
so that those that are out there and maybe they're about to make the same mistake that you did, maybe they can actually think twice about it, because men, there are certain things that men do that make a lot of them seem like they're not really the best people.
Yeah.
First of all, he was trying to isolate you with from everyone. You
It was a
understand?
big red flag.
You understand? And he wanted to only have you, and even still with your his family, he still did not really want them there. You might find that it wasn't even a matter of they didn't have money to come. Maybe he called them and said, I don't want anyone in
Maybe.
my house. You understand? Like the time that you now had to struggle with the babies and everything,
I mean, who does that? I'm a first time mom. I'm alone. C-section. And he expected me
Twins.
to clean the house. I'm looking after the
But
babies.
how did you
I
even
need to
handle?
cook.
How did you handle?
Well, I tried. You know, the first, because I did the operation on the 31st of October. The following day already, I was in the bathroom bathing myself before the doctor discharged me. So I was like, let me just prepare for myself because I know that it's not going to happen at home. Nobody's going to help me at home.
I
My
really
sister,
can't.
the one that stays in Limpopo, she came. She's always working, but she came and helped me with the babies when I came from the hospital.
Okay.
So she tried to be always there for
Yeah.
me.
But I'm sure it was also still not a
It was,
very
yeah,
conducive
because this was only
environment.
for the weekend and then she goes back to work. So
Wow. But at least you tried,
yes, she did try. Yeah.
Wow. So what advice would you give someone that is out there that has been married maybe let's say for 2 months or 1 year 4 months? I mean that's very
It's so little,
it's
but it
so
feels
close,
so
you understand? Because
yeah.
I know some of us, like, obviously, with divorce, they will always come for us and whatever. But I feel like if your marriage was even shorter, they come for you more.
Yes.
What advice would you give that person? That's your camera over there. What advice would you give that person?
Um, the person that wants to leave,
Yeah.
not
But
happy.
they perhaps maybe are a bit scared, they're like,
Yeah.
well, I've only been here for 6 months, but I'm already seeing that I really
Yeah.
cannot be with this man, What advice would you just give that person?
Okay, so what I can say is, you the only one who's staying with that man, because with me, with whoever I told that I wanted to leave, I'm not happy, they would say to me, but he's fine because he's a nice guy outside there. It's only so you're the only one who knows them. You're the only one who feel. You know how is he treating you, and you know what you want. You don't want to live like this the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So the decision is up to you. I cannot tell you that you must leave. You must decide it's okay. I am leaving now because of 1, 2, and 3.
Do you think there would have been a difference if maybe you had said, okay, let me give it 5 years?
No, never, never. Don't give it some time.
That's not the better.
Yes, these people don't change. I so wish that I divorced early or I didn't get married at all. I know that I wouldn't be even in South Africa the way I had planned my life.
Yeah.
But now, trapped.
Do you think he also took advantage of the fact that you were so innocent? Because you were a virgin that had never dated, you never had a serious relationship, and now you have this man. And when he took your virginity, did you feel like, well, he's the one that took it, so he should be the one to marry me? Did you ever feel like that?
Well, I was innocent, yes, and I believe he did take an advantage of me. Because I don't know, it's like they know you, they can see that you are smart, you're capable of doing things, bigger things. So it's like he was after that.
Yeah.
And it was my first time dating. I didn't know what to do, and like even when they advised me, I would take their advice. The older people, you must be patient.
Wow.
Because nobody has told me. I've never seen anyone in a happy marriage or in
a healthy
a
relationship.
yes.
Which I think that we struggle with that a lot in black families,
Yes,
because I
yes.
also, growing up, I would look at marriages and I'd just be like, I had sworn to myself that I'll never get married up until I met a friend of mine in university that is happily married, and you know, nga feel good. I think I can also do it. You know, if she
Because there
got that, she
is,
can.
yeah.
And so when I met my ex-husband, I thought that was it,
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
just a horror film for
Oh
me.
my
You know,
goodness,
so I think
yeah.
it's also very important to have our kids also just know
Yes.
and see healthy marriages. Then they are
Yes.
able to know this is healthy
Yeah.
and this is not. And we're not talking about perfect marriages because those do not exist.
Yeah.
But there are marriages that, like, you know, they're abusive, like the situation where you were
Yes.
in. The first abuse was quitting his job, nje. Like, that's abuse for your wife. As a man, never quit your job. Unless if maybe his side hustle popped. And then
Yeah, and
now he's like,
maybe,
wow, I'm making 4 times what I
yeah.
make at my job. If I quit, then it means it will take my business to greater heights. You do not quit your job with nothing.
With
And
nothing.
you're like, oh, you know, prayers, prayers, prayers.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that if you are in a relationship or marriage and you have children, you're not only affecting yourself, but the children get affected even more.
That's true. So the whole thing of I'm staying for my kids, you should actually leave for your kids.
Yes,
You should
because
actually leave
oh
for
my
your
goodness,
kids.
they get so affected mentally that when you have girls, when they grow up, they will be like, "Mom stayed, so why wouldn't
Yes.
I?"
Yeah. You know, or you traumatize them because,
Yes,
you know, with kids as well, they have working fight or flight.
yes,
You know, so with some of us that, like, if you grew up in a situation where you would see maybe either your parent getting cheated on or being abused in marriage, you know, different forms of abuse, you get to a point of hyper independence
yes,
because you're like, I never want to be like my mom. You understand
yes,
what I'm saying?
yes.
Like, I
It's
never want to
true.
be like her. So I'm going to be hyper independent. If a man tries this nonsense with me, I'm out. And then there are others that actually say, well, my mom, I saw my mom go through this and she was fine. So I'm also going to stay. So either way, it actually also damages your child. But I'm really proud of the fact that, you know what, sweet as you are, you're like, I'm going to fight for myself.
Yes.
I'm not
You
going to
have
stay
to-
for this nonsense here.
No, why? No, it's for my children because now they were 9 months when we got separated.
Wow.
Only 9 months because we were exchanging words before them. Even when they were sleeping, they would wake up because we were fighting.
Wow.
So I didn't want that for my children.
Yeah.
I can't. My mom didn't do it. My mom left. My mom left my father when she was 9 months pregnant with me because my father got married to
9
another
months is a
woman.
very special
She left.
number for you, hey?
Yes.
Do you realize your mom
It's-
left when she was 9 months pregnant?
My
You
children-
got engaged or
9.
when you were
That's my lucky number.
9 months, like, into the relationship, and then you got
Married.
divorced
When my children were
when
9
your
months.
children were 9 months. Do you understand? Like, 9 months is a number for
It's a
you.
number.
Okay.
So she left. She didn't stay. So why must I do something that I didn't see my mother do?
Yeah.
So
You were like, no, for my kids, I'm definitely
no,
going to
I
leave.
can't do that to my babies. Oh, those
Yeah.
people are mine.
But obviously, this is the question that I feel like I'll be asking everyone.
Okay.
Now that you're a divorced woman, you know, how is life, man, compared to the time that you were in that toxic situation? How is your life now?
It's so beautiful out there. Because what I prayed for mostly was peace and happiness, and I have that.
That's good.
I have my own house. I have my own car.
Congratulations.
I have
a very nice one at that. I saw the car, it's parked outside. So congratulations.
Thank you. And I have I love my job.
Mm.
I love working there. So I can say that I almost have everything that I prayed for. I am
Yeah.
happy. I am at peace. My
Yeah.
babies are happy.
Yeah.
So it is nice out there.
Do you feel
I don't
free?
regret. I am free.
Because you used to have to
I am
steal just to talk to your sister and delete messages and phone
You
calls.
know,
I can't even
when you
imagine.
send me a message, everybody can read it.
Wow.
Because there's nothing that I'm hiding.
Yeah. Is he supporting the kids?
No.
Do you guys still communicate?
No, he blocked me after the divorce.
So wait, is it not working?
I don't know. Because we're not communicating. So I don't know. I don't even know where does it stay.
Don't you think maybe you should take him to maintenance? Because those are his kids and he should support them.
Well, when we got divorced, he wasn't working.
Okay.
So that's why the magistrate also said, I mean, there's nothing that can be done regarding financial support for now because he's not working. So now I don't know if he's working or not. I don't know where does it stay. And he knows that when he's working, he needs to support the children. So why must I follow him?
Well, I mean, a lot of people say that. I think that you should follow him for his
For the
kids.
kids, yes.
It's not for you, because I
Yes.
think some people actually tend to
Make it like it's
make
our-
it like it's me.
Yeah.
Why should I, this and that? But it's not for you. It's for the kids, because even if he's not with you, those kids he brought to
Yeah,
this
that's
earth,
true.
so he definitely needs to support. So the advice
And
I
they
would
will
actually
want
give.
him. They will want him.
Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They will want him when
Yeah,
they
and
grow
I'm
up,
not-
so he might as well
Yeah.
support his kids. And I
Yeah.
think that that's something that I can definitely advise, to say, you know what, go to maintenance court, and try. But again, as you're saying, you don't
And
know
then
where
we'll
he
find
stays and
out if
whatever.
he's working.
You can actually try. I mean, I'm sure you've got some common friends and stuff. Try and find out, or is he working, or is his business doing well. So he ended up being the photographer, and even when you guys got divorced, he was still shooting people by the
The
streets.
camera broke. So I don't know if he's got a new camera now.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but yeah.
It's not funny. Sha.
That's not.
But this man quit his job. He resigned. I know, man, guys. No, Mabangati, we want to be nice. But, like, how do you quit your job?
No, it's on a,
Did he end up
without
even
nothing.
going to do Malus?
No, because he kept on telling me that he has Malusi. But where is it?
Where is it?
He has
But it's
Malusi.
very rare, because Limpopo people, like, we really take education very serious. So
That's
even if
true,
you
I've
may not have
seen,
like
yeah.
a degree or a diploma, a matric you will have. It's very rare to have like a Tsonga or a vendor, a 80%
Yeah.
that does not have a matric. But I hope that whatever it is that he had done before for him to get that job,
Well,
he
maybe
will do
has it,
again.
I don't know.
And maybe it will be able to work. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah.
saying? But anyway, thank
Yeah, I
you
wish
so
him
much.
well,
Yeah.
I wish
Well,
him
you
well.
should. That's what I'm saying. So that you can at least sue him for money for the kids.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, I've forgiven him and I want what's best for him because he needs to do this for himself.
Yeah.
So when he finds a job, it's for himself and for the children.
But
so
okay.
I
sorry.
cannot just hate him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm past that. I'm no longer with
Yeah.
him.
You've
So
healed.
I wish him well. He must find a job. He must heal if he needs to heal, if he thinks he needs to heal. But I mean, honestly,
You're fine.
Yeah.
But the last question I will ask: in your marriage, do you ever face infidelity?
well, I realized that later. There were women, older
Wow.
women, younger
Not just
women.
one.
No. So, but I only realized that late now. Actually, this guy was doing the thinking.
The information we get when going through a divorce, guys, or after
It's a
divorce, it's scary. It will make you like you cannot believe
see
that this is the
this.
person. Like, and I feel like for me, it made me feel so stupid. It just made me feel dumb. Like, how
No,
could I
you
not
didn't see.
see this? Like, that those type of things, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
But anyway, thank God
Yeah.
that you found out when you were out, and you didn't have to deal with that in marriage.
Oh, I was gonna go crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? Because how are you broke and also cheating?
Oh, yeah.
How do you resign, not have money, and cheat? Because that's disrespect times 3. You cannot be having less money than your wife and you cheat. Sir, you're disrespectful. Joe is not. Joe is not okay, because really, honestly, like, how dare you,
I mean,
like,
where do you get the money to
where do you
sponsor?
even get the liver? The strength to go cheat is the food from your wife's money. Are you okay?
No.
Like, no, But anyway, thank you so much for actually joining us and sharing your story. I honestly get very much inspired by women that say, I'm going to choose myself. And I find that your story is even more inspiring because you didn't stay long. You were like, I am not staying here longer. You've showed me your colors. I'm leaving
Yeah.
this place, And I think that's also another thing again that I stayed for a long time. There was a lot of red flags, but I stayed,
Hoping that they'll
9 years later, I was regretting. I was like, I wish I left, when I saw those red flags a month, 3 months in, a year in. You understand what I'm saying? Like 2 years in. I really regretted the time that I wasted because I gave this man my whole 20s for nothing. And so if you see that the situation is not working, guys, please don't stay and stay and stay so that you can keep on wasting more and more years. The sooner you leave, if a situation is not working out, the better. And remember, guys, if you're happily married, please keep your marriage and stay happy with your husband, with your wife. The only thing that we talk against is staying in toxic marriages, you understand? Because I know there's someone that will be there, yes, and now you're promoting divorce. Yes, if that's what you want us to do. Okay, you can. Do you want me to? But anyway, ninjas, thank you so much for actually joining us. From me, Owamie, I love you guys so, so much. If you'd also like to be part of our series of Successfully Divorced, there will be a banner here. Just go ahead and send a message. Send either a WhatsApp message or send an email, and I will make sure that we book you in and you can actually come and share your story. Now, from Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed. And I will see you guys next week. Mwah. Bye.